I spy Porsche 911. Black, I can sound it. I can hear it from here. It sounds awesome. Sweet.
What you wanna?
The clutch position sensor has been installed. Ran a wire over here. This one already went through the firewall, so we robbed that one for the reverse switch. So the reverse lights work now. When you put it in reverse, that's all hooked up. Clutch position sensor is wired to a ground, 2 to the general module, which is over here, and then we repurposed an old wire running to the SMG harness to go to the X6000 DME, X60001 connector pin 18. Replaced all the pins up there with the big rectangular ones as opposed to the square ones. I've gotten pretty good at crimping those pins on there. Had to put a new battery in the trunk today. The Duralast or whatever it was dicked, so now it's got a BMW 850 CCA battery in there. I think that's going to be all of the wiring. With the DME all put back together, plugged in, everything's put back together but the cover. Making progress here.
The valiant hunter returned.
So graceful. Let's just get this out of here. I don't know what that is either. Let's get that out of here. How you doing? Must be chewy, Kenan.
It is. Well, when you boil it, it becomes a little drier.
Hello, can't find the other camera, so we're gonna work with the iPhone 12 tonight. Another busy day at the shop, so I kind of filmed a couple clips up there. We got the backup sensor all taken care of, and then we got another one, the clutch position sensor taken care of. So that's a total of 6 pins. Somehow that took 5 hours. We had to leave in the middle to go buy a new battery and to get keys for the place. We got new locked keys out back at the shop, and to pick up parts at the dealer, and go to Harbor Freight to look for more gloves. There's been no gloves now since March due to COVID. We went in today with hopes to find gloves, and still no gloves. So I went to Amazon and picked some up there, and we'll have to wait until the 3rd, but better than no gloves. So we did some laundry tonight. Kenan did some laundry tonight. We had pizza for dinner and more Seinfeld, and that was kind of the end of what is Wednesday already? I don't know. I mean, it feels like I just got back from Boston, and here we are, 10 days later, and it's, Jesus, time is freaking flying. So I guess that's a good sign. Anyways, we're going to keep tonight pretty short. I will talk just a quick minute here on the iPhone 12, which I've set up as new. I always set up new phones as new, and I've now used for 6 days, 5 days, something like that. So initial impressions, like the biggest thing that's different is the form factor and the size. It feels more like a 5S, the last phone that was square, comparatively square to the rounded devices. It is bigger, it is heavier, it is bulkier, and from purely a cosmetic and ergonomic factor, it feels like a step backwards. And I hate to open with that because I don't feel like the phone is a step backwards at all. But holding it in your hand, it doesn't feel as smooth, as slick, as modern as the 11 Pro did. And I'm coming from an 11 Pro, not the Max, just a black 256 gig. And this is a blue 256 gig AT&T 12 Pro, still not the Max, obviously that's not out yet. So form factor wise, yes, it's bigger. And I think they're doing this because 1, change it up. 2, it does give more internal cubic dimension for battery, for logic board, for display, for everything that's inside the phone. Nextly, we talk about performance. Now this isn't totally fair because my 11 Pro build is 12 months old, 13 months old, and has been used. And it is significantly quicker, zippier, just launching between applications, opening photos, opening messages, with the exception of the little bug that in messages, when you start typing, like the first 3 words, if you type quickly, don't appear until it's already buffered or something like that. That'll be fixed in software, I'm sure. We're going way later than I thought tonight, whatever. The camera, low light, noticeably better. Daytime, same. It was fantastic before, it's fantastic now, but it is better in low light. So we talked about maybe slightly worse ergonomics, but it's totally something you get used to. Also the case, at least the Apple silicone case, and I assume the leather one, now covers the corners of the devices all 360 degrees. So down where the home button used to be is no longer naked, which is better from a protection standpoint. Doesn't feel as good. Now your thumb kind of grazes the corner of the case as you swipe up to go home or unlock. Get used to that too, it's not a big deal. Battery life, it's a new phone, it's fantastic. I've been using it all day. I'm on 76%, which is just nuts. And then 5G. Obviously, 5G is a big feature. I did a couple speed tests today right next to Kennan's phone, the 11 Pro on AT&T LTE. I'm on AT&T 5G. They're in the same space. We ran them at the same times. I had about 130 megs down. He had 40 megs down. And then the upload I think the upload was pretty close. Mine was like 26, I think his was 22. And the test before that, I had gotten 120 down, he had 90 down. And then I had 22 down, he had 9, or up. I had 22 up, he had 9 up. So it is significantly quicker. You can feel it in browsing. 5G is fantastic. Now, obviously, that's going to totally depend on where you are. Here in San Diego, it's quite good. San Diego is a premier city for AT&T 5G. Which certainly helps. I'm 20 miles from the city, yes, but it's a big enough area that it's here. So without going too long tonight, that's kind of the consensus. The display is a touch warmer. The flashlight in the back of the phone is a touch warmer. Other than that, it's the normal iPhone upgrade. It feels a little bit faster. It feels a little bit newer. Maybe not this year ergonomically, but it's a solid upgrade, and I have no regrets. So you guys sleep well. We'll talk on Thursday. Good night.